Are we alright to go?
Yes, just a minute.
Okay.
Count to three. 3, 2, 1.
So, Paul and I had been chums for a couple of years when he first played me one of his little numbers. We were at the same school, the Institute of course, and every now and again he'd come over to me nan's house in Bootle for a cup of tea and to play some records. If you've seen even one of those half-baked documentaries, you'll know what records they were. Typically I wouldn't have bothered being chummy with one of the younger lads, but Paul was different. Right from the first time we'd had a chat at lunchtime one day. What were we talking about? Probably football. Liverpool in the second division at the time. It wasn't a great time for the club, to be honest. So anyway, right from that first time I could tell that Paul was preternaturally intelligent. So we start singing. He's got a nice voice. Anyway, he works his way through the first verse of the song. Seems to be a sort of projection into the future of some kind. And then the lyric ends, will you still need me? Will you still feed me? And then he stops dead in his tracks and takes a sip from his Tetleys. I say, that's great, Paul, but why have you stopped? He says, well, I think I need to put an age there. I say, what do you mean, Paul? He says, well, will you still feed me when I've reached a certain age? Ah, I say, because I've understood now. He says, Barry. I reply, yes, of course, because you would. He's looking rather quizzical. Then he says, what do you think? What do you think about 62? 62, I ask. Yes, he says, will you still feed me when I'm 62? He looks at me quite earnestly, sort of priming for my approval. I ponder the matter, looking around the living room a bit. I think I need to be honest, so I say straight out, honestly, Paul, I tell him, 62 is no age. He says, do you think not, Barry? I reassure him on the subject. There's a pause, during which we both reach for our Tetleys and take another short sip. Then he asks me, he says, how do you feel, Barry? About 66. I'm feeling a bit tired. Have you got enough for today?
Yes, that's fine.